Salesman on Pier Street to reinventing himself as a viral sensation that we know today.
Here to share his road to success and how he first got started in the bedding business is Michael Flynn, better known as the one and only Mattress Mick. But before we chat with Mick, let's take a look at some of his viral videos.
And why aren't you in uniform?
This is my idea of a very nice day out.
Here's my strut, do-do-do, strutting my way on over to you. You like my strut? I like it too. Strutting my way on over to you.
Mick, it's so lovely chatting to you. I mean, I've interviewed you many times before, but of course, this time you're here to promote your book. And a book, I suppose, it gives an insight to who you really are behind all the viral videos and the caricature of Mattress Mick. So tell us why you decided to write it.
Well, it's a story of my life from the very beginning up to the present day. It was very important for me to get the whole story out there. We had a musical which showed part of the story, but it wasn't enough time in the musical to actually give my complete life. So Josephine McCaffrey asked me, would I, she's the girl who wrote the musical, by the way, said, would we do a book? And I said, Josephine, that's ridiculous. But anyway, she said no, she insisted, and we went ahead, and it took us 6 to 8 months to get everything together by me meeting with her, talking to her. And one of the problems that I did have was trying to remember everything. It was, and trying to put everything into sequence, like what happened in 18,
you're not that old.
1985, what happened in 1987. No, it was just difficult. My sister Catherine was a great help on that one. She has a great memory for remembering dates.
Yeah.
But it's the story going right back to the very beginning.
And I suppose it's not just about your career. I mean, you speak very openly about relationships over the years as well, particularly with Margaret, of course.
Yes.
I mean, were you hesitant to open up as much in the book, or how did you feel going into that?
No, I thought it was very important to open up in the book because it is, like, particularly with Margaret, she was with me for 40 years. We were together. And I think it was a compliment to her, a compliment to all of my friends who I do mention in the book. But no, I made my mind up to be totally honest, not to camouflage anything, and just to go for it. And it seems to have been received very well. And I'm looking forward to the reaction down the road when people actually buy. It was only launched there last week. We had a super launch in Dubray Books in Mary Street. It was very well attended. I didn't expect it, but I was so excited and so proud to see everybody there.
But you're so loved. I mean, like, Margaret would be so proud, I'd say, to see that you had the courage to talk so openly and so honestly, because I suppose when you lose someone to cancer, it can be a very private grief, but I suppose sharing that grief as well can be a bit cathartic and help heal, maybe?
Yeah, I know Margaret would be delighted. I've dedicated the book to her, and the whole book is dedicated to her in memory of her. But yes, she was very proud of the fact too of our daughters, Michelle and Marina. She liked what we do. She liked the Mattress Mick persona, because we, at one stage, we had very little money when things went belly up. But we created, Mattress Mick helped me get back on my feet. It really did. And she enjoyed the interaction with people. When we'd go out, people say, can I have a selfie? And she'd say, oh, another one. And I never say no if anybody asks for a selfie. I never say no. But sometimes it did get on her nerves a little bit, but mostly she enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's very important to keep going, and she appreciated that. And as a result, we had a very happy life after all of the troubles.
You opened up as well, obviously, about family life.
Yes.
If I can, about how you didn't want to be a father right away, and then Michelle came along, and I suppose that changed everything, didn't it?
Yes, it did. When Michelle was born, I was enjoying my life. I actually was not present at the birth. No, I know.
Dear.
Something I'm not very proud of.
Well, it wasn't really done.
No, not in those days, no. I was out enjoying myself that particular evening. Yeah. But no, when it took me a while to accept the fact that I was a father. But when I accepted it, it was really super, really, really super. And Margaret was very strong. She had a great connection with my mother, and that helped me to become a better father.
Yeah.
It was different. I didn't expect it, but it was lovely.
Yeah.
And Michelle is a great girl. Both of them are great.
And Marina, of course, came into your life a different way. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Marina, we adopted Marina from Russia. The reason for that was that we had a problem with having more children of our own. And we got involved very actively with the Chernobyl Children's Project, which was operated by Eddie Roach.
Yeah.
So we would take the children from Chernobyl into our home for a couple of years, over a couple of years. So when we decided to adopt, we weren't married at this time, but to adopt in those days, you had to be married, particularly for an international adoption. I was too old to get an Irish child. So we got married and we went to Russia, and as a result, Marina came into our lives. She was 2 when we brought her back.
You're the only the second Irish couple to adopt.
That's correct, yeah. The other couple were based down in Limerick, and we were the second. And what we did was, we were very fortunate when we came back. For some reason, the fact that we had gone to Russia came out in the newspapers and so forth. And we then decided to work with, we got a lot of inquiries from other Irish couples who wanted to adopt. So we facilitated them by having open meetings, bringing them to our home. Any help we could give people, we did, because we found it extremely difficult to get through the red tape. So it was nice to be able to help other families and other people who wanted to come.
Yeah. You've had the most incredible life, and I mean, obviously a very, very loving family around you. But can you tell us how Mattress Mick was born? I mean, it wasn't straight away Mattress Mick. You had a few ventures before that as well.
Yeah, I had a shop up in the Northside Shopping Centre for 26 years, and in 08, 09, things just really got out of, I just couldn't keep going. And I made one very big mistake. I kept ploughing my own funds into the business, thinking that it was going to survive, but the high rents, the high service charges, it just wasn't possible. So I liquidated that company, but I did have the unit in Pier Street, and I had a warehouse in Coolock. So I traded then after, I may have failed, but as I tell people, I'm not a failure.
Yeah.
So I got up again and I started another little business called Beds Plus, which operated in Pier Street and in Coolock, but it wasn't strong enough. The name wasn't strong enough to get back out there. So I had to come up with some kind of a gimmick.
And by God, you did.
And I met a friend of mine, Paul Kelly, and we discussed it. He was very into social media. He knew all about it. I knew very little about it. So we met a couple of times, and then we came up with the name Mattress Mick. We had different names in our head, but Mattress Mick just had a nice ring about it. So I went then with very little money. My suppliers supported me. Well, some of them did, some of them didn't. And the ones who did support me are now benefiting really big time from the success of the brand. So we went on what we call a guerrilla marketing campaign. And what I did was I put signs everywhere around Dublin. And as a result, I got a lot of summonses and fines from Dublin City Council. But I never paid one of them.
Don't be telling that.
If you're watching today, Dublin Council...
No, they know now. They know now.
And, Stephen Fry saw...
I'd go to court and I'd defend myself, and they classed me as litter. There were fines for litter.
Really?
Imagine that.
How dare they? Calling you rubbish.
Yeah, terrible. Yeah. But anyway, I got away with all of them. And it worked. And then I was very fortunate. I had a lovely big sign down at the Five Lamps, and Stephen Fry was in Ireland, copped the sign and did a tweet that he saw and who is and what is Mattress Mick. And that actually got the brand
and then
totally
it
out there. Yeah, it really did. It was a super help to the brand. And the whole idea was to sell mattresses, not to be a star or not to be what I am now. But mattress sales began to boom after Stephen quoted or tweeted. Lots of other little things happened that were very successful. I was on TV a couple of times. I did a couple of ads.
Did the music, the single and all?
We then did a documentary. Colin Quinn, director of the documentary, wanted to do a 10-minute kind of show, but it escalated into an hour and a half. And it won a NIFTA award where he followed me around and he followed the whole Mattress Mick thing around. and it was a tremendous success, and it got a NIFTA award.
It did indeed.
And
I
we
can,
had
I can see a
wonderful.
I can see a Netflix documentary coming very soon, Mick, I think.
You never know.
Listen, there's nothing beyond the realms of possibility when it comes to you, Mick, to be fair. Now, we could talk to you all day after running out of time, because we're only after touching the surface of what is your amazing life. Bouncing Back, Memoirs of a Mattress Salesman is in all good bookshops now, and I have to say, you don't want to miss this. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. Now, Mick, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Mick, thank you
And
so
thank
much.
you.
A
Thank you.
pleasure.
Now,